Are you getting bad advice, or are you getting no advice at all when it comes to your retirement dollars? Well, I can tell you over my 24 years of financial service that I've ran into so many of my clients who've been really short-sighted when it comes to different money concepts. And so today we're going to talk about 4 major misconceptions, or I would call them biases, that many people have when it comes to their retirement savings. So definitely stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, Certified Financial Planner and President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So Carson, in my perspective, when it comes to retirement concepts, it always seems to be 2 right answers.
Well, I will say, Andrea, that's probably the right perspective, because when it comes to retirement concepts, typically the answer is going to be 2 right answers. Because when I'm asking my clients different questions, and depending on the situation, the normal answer is that it's going to be, it depends. But unfortunately, there are so many people out there who lean to their own understanding when it comes to retirement concepts, and they start leaning on one-liners, or what we like to call in behavior finance as cognitive biases, to make their major financial decisions. And that approach, when it comes to your financial decisions, it must be mitigated. You cannot have cognitive biases or one-liners, or what we call shortcuts, to get to some major decisions when it comes to your retirement savings. And so today in our financial freedom video, we are going to talk about 4 main cognitive biases that I see my clients come into my office with, that we have to educate them on in order for them to understand that there is no one way to do anything when it comes to their retirement planning. But before we get into that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we always give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our video today and talk about 4 main misconceptions that you may run into when it comes to your retirement planning situations.
So Carson, Roth IRAs have got a lot of attention over the years. So what biases need to be explained about Roth IRAs?
Well, definitely the notion around Roth IRAs has always been a short-sighted view for a lot of people. You know, many people feel that if they're in a higher tax bracket, they should go ahead and do a traditional IRA where they can get that pre-tax dollar write-off from their income. And that's totally understandable, because they don't want to have to pay with after-tax dollars in a Roth IRA and not receive that benefit. But that is absolutely a short-sighted notion, because I could tell you that no matter what you think your income is going to be when you retire, if you think you're going to be in a lower income tax bracket, I can assure you that that tax bracket will not be 0. So I think that it is important that people understand the concept of tax diversification, Andrea. Meaning that, yeah, you may have some pre-tax dollars like in your 401k or in a traditional IRA that you were allowed to write off on your income over the years, but you're also going to need some after-tax dollars as well in a Roth IRA to give you some tax flexibility when you start taking income in your later years. Because here's what we do know. When you start taking money out of that pre-tax account, like your 401k or traditional IRA, that's going to be taxed at your ordinary income tax bracket. And guess what? When that money comes out, it can cause your Social Security benefits, if you're going to be receiving Social Security, to be taxed anywhere from 50 to 85%. Along with your Social Security benefits being able to be taxed anywhere from 50 to 85% due to the fact that you're taking those dollars out of that pre-tax account, you also have to consider that when you're taking money out of your retirement savings that's been pre-taxed, it can cause your Part B and your Part D premiums to be increased if you go into a higher tax bracket due to a little known surcharge known as IRMA. So you have to be careful about that as well. But lastly, if you're trying to do any type of estate planning, you have to understand that that money that you may leave behind to your estate, your beneficiaries are going to have to take those dollars out within 10 years. And so who knows what type of tax complications that's going to be for your beneficiaries if you're leaving them this large IRA that has been pre-taxed, but they're going to have to take out and now it's going to cause their income to be more taxable as well. So you really do have to consider all of these different traps that may be waiting for you in the future when it comes to your retirement dollars. That is why you should never just use a one-liner of I should do a Roth IRA or not due to the fact of X, Y, and Z. It needs to be careful planning around the fact of what else could possibly happen if I just have all of this money in one type of an account.
Carson, another financial bias that you've heard from your clients is that they should take money out of their financial accounts in order to pay off their mortgage. Why is that such a huge mistake?
Yeah, this is a big issue. And if you're thinking about doing this, you might just need to stop watching this video right now and call us, because this could be a problem. You know, a lot of times what I tell my clients who may come in with this notion is that think about the ideal of what your money is doing for you inside of that retirement account. Your mortgage interest rate may be 4% or less, but the money inside of your retirement account, depending on how it's actually allocated, Andrea, could be earning anywhere between 6 and 8%. So the concept of taking money out of a retirement account that's earning you anywhere between 6 to 8% to pay off a leveraged debt where you are paying only 3, maybe 4% is absolutely a huge mistake. Because even if you pay off that mortgage, in America, you never really own your home, right? Because you still have to pay property taxes. And so if that's going to be the case, you might as well allow yourself to have the leverage of having that home and have your money taking care of you long term inside of your retirement accounts. Because what if there's some sort of catastrophic event like a flooding and you don't have the proper insurance? Well, guess what? If you have a mortgage still left on that house, you can just walk away and leave it with the bank. But if you planted all of your retirement dollars into this home, you're basically stuck because you have all of your retirement savings, or most of it, sitting inside of your home, which is not paying you anything. It's still an actual debt for you because you have upkeep and you have to pay property taxes, where that money could have been sitting inside of your retirement savings. And if you just happen to have this event that happens where your home is no longer worth its value, you can simply walk away and still have all of your retirement savings. So this is a big misconception that a lot of people play in their minds that I believe they should get expert advice around, because it can be a huge short-sighted mistake that they're making.
Now, Carson, this is all great information and is much needed. So the next mistake that people make is wanting to take their Social Security at the earliest age, which is 62. Just because they think they can make more money. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, I get that too, Andrea, because a lot of people will say, you know what, if I start my benefits at the age of 62, which is the earliest that they can start it, if I happen to live to age 80, boy, would I have taken a lot of money from the Social Security system. That is such a short-sighted misconception. Or worse, I've heard financial advisors advise their clients to start their Social Security benefits early, and so they can invest it and make a better return on it. This is really bad financial advice that people are being given, Andrea. Here's the real concept of why you should really think about Social Security in a more nuanced way. So on the screen here, as you can see, I'm going to give you an example of why you should not just consider starting your benefits early, and that is going to be the solution to getting more from Social Security. So if you take a look at the chart right here that we have on the screen, take a look at an individual who has a primary insurance amount at 62 of $1,539 per month. If they waited to their full retirement age, they'll be getting $2,467 a month. But if they waited to age 70, they will be getting $3,724 per month. So I want to break this down for you on the screen so you can really see why you have to be very, very intuitive when it comes to the starting of your Social Security benefits. So let's go ahead and look at the chart on the screen here and fast forward to the age of 75. Now, at the age of 75, what you can clearly see on this chart that I have here is that if an individual had waited to their full retirement age, they would have received more household income versus them starting that benefit at the earliest possible at 62. Now, you can see at age 70, that's not the case. But let's go ahead and fast forward one more year. Do we know anyone that's lived to the age of 76? I sure do, and I'm sure many of you do as well. At the age of 76, this person, had they waited to age 70, would have taken more from Social Security at that age versus them starting it at age 62. And if you fast forward just 3 more years to the age of 79, as you can see on the screen here, this person who would have waited to age 70 would not only have taken more benefits than they would have at the age of 62, they would have also taken more benefits than if they had waited to their full retirement age. So you can see here that the difference between you waiting to age 70 and starting your benefits at age 62, had you lived to age 79, would have been an $84,000 household mistake as far as income payments. Now, I know many of you are thinking, well, what if I had waited to age 70 and I died at age 70? Or maybe I died at age 71 and never started those benefits. Well, I can tell you that's always going to be a thought, especially if you're a single person. But what I always tell an individual is that we don't have a crystal ball, because if they can tell me the day that they're going to die, I can absolutely tell them when to start their Social Security benefits. But beyond that, we have to look at the actuarial averages. And so we really can't lean towards the extreme concepts of someone waiting to age 70 and not ever receiving all those benefits or maximizing the income from those benefits. But here's what I will say, that if you are a married couple, you can toss that ideal out the door. Because if you are the higher income earning spouse, if you never take that benefit, but you have allowed it to get higher, imagine the love note that you're leaving for your lower earning spouse, because they're going to lose their benefits and they're going to have to step into your higher benefits that you've delayed. And they can do this even if you have not started those benefits. So if you are a married couple, you're going to have to consider all types of scenarios that's going to make sense to you, whether you should start those benefits at 62, at your full retirement age, or age 70. But what I want to make the point of here is that you should never just simply say, I should start my benefits as soon as possible in order to achieve the greatest amount of income from Social Security, because obviously, as you can see from our example here, that will be a very short-sighted mistake.
Well, Carson, lastly is the statement that we hear a lot is, I hate annuities, or I don't like annuities, without even knowing all the facts. So please explain this one.
Yeah, that is a big one, Andrea. We get this all the time. And as an independent fiduciary advisor, we don't hate or love any type of product. That's not part of what we do. We only rely on a plan when it comes to helping our clients retire with confidence. But when it comes to the concept of annuities, I get it. Annuities are complicated. They can be relatively expensive depending on which type of annuity that you own. But that's where the biases should really stop. What most people need to understand when it comes to annuities is that they just got to be educated about it. Because if you say that you hate any type of product like an annuity, you might as well say you hate bonds or you hate dividend paying stocks as well, because you don't need any more income. Or that you hate long-term care or health insurance because currently you're healthy. The fact that you're healthy now doesn't have anything to do with the future, so you need to go ahead and get something in place that's going to protect you from longevity issues. The same holds for annuities. An annuity is nothing more than a leverage tool against you running out of income too soon or living too long. An annuity can also allow you to take, in many times, a higher distribution rate than you otherwise could get from your other retirement savings. One of the main things that I do like to point out with many of my clients that may have this short-sighted view of hating annuities is that an annuity can really allow us to be more aggressive with their other savings and equities in order to help combat inflation. Because when you have the reliability of a tool like an annuity that will be stable, cannot be affected by the market, and will continue to have income for yourself and your spouse if anything were to happen to you, now what we've allowed ourselves to do is provide us the leverage of being able to be a little bit more aggressive with their savings in order to help combat inflation long term. So really all an annuity does is work hand in hand with your other retirement savings. But never should you say you hate or love any product without understanding how it fits into your overall goals as it pertains to your retirement.
Well, Carson, what's the moral of this video?
Well, I can say this, Andrea, that the moral of this video is that if you have developed cognitive biases whether that be from a financial advisor or perhaps from yourself, this can lead to very poor financial decisions. So I would say do yourself a favor and speak to a fiduciary, financial advisor, or a certified financial planner to make sure that you do not fall into these fallacies that we've discussed today. Thank you again for tuning in to our financial freedom video. Please understand that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor and your own tax advisor and attorney regarding your personal situation. Also note that if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these type of complex financial concepts, please utilize the links that we have in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.